Checking in with the Area Agency on Aging, and we're going to learn more about a program. It's the Stages Behavioral Health Program. And joining me today, Jackie Carver. She is the Stages Behavioral Health Coordinator, and she's also a behavioral health therapist. So thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's get a general overview in case people haven't heard about this Stages Behavioral Program. What is it? What are you trying to do? Who are you reaching out to?
So we are actually housed in the Area Agency on Aging 3. So my office is there. So we're reaching out to individuals 60 years and older, as well as their caregivers. And so people have the option of coming to speak with me in the office. I can go to their home, or we can do it via teletherapy. So it's nice that there's options to reach people and accommodate their needs as well. And so it's reaching out to people who are experiencing different kinds of maybe role transitions in their lives, depression, anxiety. It's really a wide range of issues that we can address and help out with.
Are you finding more issues or more the need for people to talk and work through some things because of the pandemic?
Yeah, I would say what I have seen since the pandemic is an increase in anxiety. So there's also the isolation piece, but also people are feeling anxious about going out again, especially if they experience COVID. They don't want to experience that again. So it may be a little anxiety provoking, to do the activities that they did previous to COVID. So that's something that we work through and take steps so people can feel comfortable again doing what they enjoy doing.
I feel like people are afraid to step up for themselves, but what if a family member or a friend sees that, someone is struggling or could get some help from this service? What steps should they take? What advice do you have to get their family or loved one some help from you?
Yeah. So one thing that I usually suggest is if you see certain signs and symptoms, so that could be, maybe people are no longer enjoying activities that they used to do. They're isolating. And one big red flag is if individuals are giving their possessions away. That's definitely a red flag. So I encourage family members, to approach the individual and, with compassion and empathy and, just verbalize, I see a difference and I want to know how I can help. That way that opens the door for a conversation and you can work together and then, hopefully make that phone call to get some help.
And many times people have never asked for the assistance that Stages can give. And I assume that's a big step and a big hurdle for them to overcome too.
Absolutely. I always say it takes a lot of strength to take that step to come in and talk to a behavioral health clinician. A lot of times people don't know what to expect. And there's some misconceptions out there about what's going to happen when you go and talk to a behavioral health therapist. So one thing I like everybody to know is that there are different approaches and there's really not a one size fits all. And so it's important that you feel comfortable with the person that you're talking with, the clinician. And also there's strength-based approaches that can help you reconnect with the strengths that you have. So it doesn't always have to be focused on what people might see as problems or deficits, but it can just help you get reconnected with those strengths and things that you enjoy.
Okay, so you take this step and you get to see you and have some help from Stages. Do we have to worry about paying for it? How does this get paid for?
So we do bill insurances. So that includes Medicare, Medicaid, and several private insurances. And then if needed for certain counties, we have some funding that can help if it's not, if there's issues paying the copay and things of that nature. So we try to make it as accessible as possible.
Well, it's really great to know that this Stages program is here and, hopefully family and friends or even the people themselves take that step and, get some help if they need it and get that little bit of encouragement.
Yes, I agree. And when people come for individual therapy, and there's also, I work with couples as well. And it doesn't have to be something that's ongoing. I think sometimes people feel like if I start, it's something I have to do for a long time. And it doesn't have to be that way. So I've worked with some individuals. We've met 2 or 3 times and they felt that they reached their goal. And so it's really just what works for the individual.
Right. Yeah. So it is so specialized and so much for the individual. Well, thank you very much for sharing today about this program with the Area Agency on Aging 3.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.